Good day, peeps. Good day, y'all. Good day. Hope y'all doing well. Y'all doing great. We on the ways we give our power away. We on way number 5, right? And way number 5 is what? Emotional triggers. Way number 5, emotional triggers, right? Before anything, guys, what are emotional triggers, right? Emotional triggers, guys, are simply words or phrases or sentences or acts or actions, right? Anything that can ignite an emotional response from you. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. An emotional trigger is pretty much anything, right, that can ignite an emotional response from you. Okay, so these can include words or phrases or sentences or acts or actions or activities. It could be anything, right? But guys, the bottom line is, if it ignites an emotional response from you, then it is an emotional trigger. Okay, so how do we give our power away? By way of emotional triggers. But before I go there, matter of fact, let's see, I jotted down some notes here. Some of the causes, right? These are some of the causes, guys, of emotional triggers, right? These are some of the things that we experience that could create an emotional trigger within us, right? First one is rejection. Rejection. Okay. Number 2 is our anger. Okay, anger or loss of control. Okay. Number 3 is betrayal. Number 4 is being ignored. And number 5 is insecurity. Okay. So, guys, these are some of the things that could create an emotional trigger within an individual, right? So now that we know this, let's dig a bit more into how we give our power away by way of emotional trigger, right? Guys, it's simple, okay? It's simple. The moment someone knows that you have one of these weaknesses, okay? Rejection, anger, betrayal, being ignored, and insecurity. Okay? Once a person knows you've experienced these things in your life, guys, an evil person will try to use this to their advantage against you. Okay? By triggering you. Okay? By triggering you when they know you're vulnerable. Okay, so let's make that clear. All right, so how we give our power away now? All right, say you and another individual, right, and this individual knows you have anger issues, right? So all they have to do really is to provoke you, right? Because they know your first response is going to be anger. Okay? So all they have to do is provoke you, right? And you will respond in anger, therefore creating an emotional response. All right? And this goes back to this individual knowing your weakness. So the key is this other individual knowing that you have this weakness. Okay, I don't want to call it a weakness, so to speak, right? But it's something that you've experienced. Okay, maybe you haven't yet processed it. Okay, you haven't yet processed it and released it yet. Okay, learned the lesson involved in it, processed it and released it yet. Okay, so I wouldn't necessarily call it a weakness, right? But let's just know that's one of your vulnerabilities. Okay, let's just simply call it one of your vulnerabilities, right? So when an individual knows that you're vulnerable, right? Guys, they'll poke you where it hurts, They'll poke you where it hurts, trying to, ignite a response from you, okay? And this is how, all right? By reacting to it, okay? After being provoked, okay? This is how we give away our power, right? After being provoked, okay? This individual provokes you, right? It's the way you react, right? The way you react to the situation. That's what creates the emotional response, okay? Now, let's say if you're someone who has gone through the process, has gone through the healing, at least the experience, whatever the case, right? So now, when this individual tries to provoke you now, right? What would be your response? It would be easier to divert that attack, right? Right? It would be way easier for you to divert or sidestep that attack, right? So it all boils down to your response, right? An emotional trigger. It all boils down to your response, how you respond to them. Because they know, right? They know if they say this, right? Or if they do this, it will incite this reaction from you. Okay? I'm going to say it again. These individuals are provoking you because they know, They know that by doing this action or saying these words or this sentence, it will incite, this response from you. Okay? It's a manipulative act. Let's just say that, right? It's a manipulative act, right? But guys, that's one of the ways we give our power away, right? By responding the expected way, okay? Let's take the anger example, okay? This individual knows you have anger issues, so by provoking you, your response is going to be anger, right? However, if they provoke you and for whatever reason you've learned how to cope with your anger, so you're able to divert the situation, they don't get the response they were expecting. Okay? They don't get the response they're expecting. So in this situation, you hold on to your power. Okay? You hold on to your power because you didn't give them the expected angry response. Okay? Fast forward, right? Let's say this individual provoked you and that day you're having a bad day. You're having a crazy day and you snapped on them, right? You responded in anger. Okay? This time around, guys, you've given this individual your power because now they could control the narrative, right? Now they could flip the narrative on you. Okay? So it's through your response, right? Your response. They push the button on one of your emotions, knowing that is one of your weaknesses, and they knew it will exhibit a certain response, and that's exactly what happened. Okay? So in that sense, you gave away your power to control the narrative. All right? But anyhow, it's a manipulative act. Like I mentioned earlier, the key is this other individual or this manipulator knowing, the key is them knowing you're vulnerable, that's the key, is them knowing your vulnerabilities. Okay, so it's a manipulative act if you ask me. But anyhow, that's one of the ways we give our power away. Ways we give our power away by way of emotional triggers. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. That's way number 5 of ways we give our power away. All right, and this is by way of emotional triggers. All right, so let me leave it here, guys. On to the next one. Peace.